Hello, guys. How's it going? I hope you guys had a good Sunday so far. I almost forgot what today is. Anyways, I hope you guys having a good Sunday so far. The weekend is officially over, sadly. I really didn't do anything. I think I ate some chicken katsu from this Korean place, and me and the cat were just chilling. Me and the cat took a nap, a good nap. And when like the pets are like laying on you so you really can't move because you don't want to disturb them. So you'd rather be uncomfortable than disturb them. That's exactly what happened. He got on my legs and I couldn't move. And then I just stayed to sleep like that. And then I started to get hot, so he had to move. I had to turn on the fan. I guess he didn't like that, so he left. He went to my window to look outside. But then he came back and, we went to sleep again. That was fun. That was my day. Just eat chicken katsu and sleep with the cat. And now I'm here streaming. So as you can see, we are going back to Cove. If you guys don't know who Cove is, it's a game called Our Life Beginning and Always, and we have to experience life with a guy named Cove. He moved to I don't remember what the place is called. Let's just say he moved to our town, a little small beach type town. And he didn't like it at first. He was a kid. I think we was like what 7, 8, I don't know. And we just grew up liking each other, developed feelings, and we went to high school. I think we're still in high school. Can't remember. Like it's been a while since I played this game. Um, the last thing I remember we did like a little charity thing event with him. I remember that, and then honestly, guys, I had to go back and watch the last video I did with this game. And the last exact thing that we did was go with him to visit his mom. I just want to say, every single character in this game look beautiful, which is a crime, because damn. But yeah, we went to go visit his mom, and that's it. We go from there. We just gonna continue our life story with Cove. I did buy 2 DLCs from it. I bought the wedding one with Cove and the DLC that give you like more options to do at the area that we at right now. So we could do more stuff. Am I gonna do more stuff? Probably not. But like I said, I might do like another run through of this game to see like if you're mean to code, what's gonna happen. They also got 2 other guys that you could choose from to do. So I might do them as well. It's gonna take a long time. Just like how it's taking a long time for me to finish just one guy's story. But let's get it. Oh, by the way, I got my tea. So if y'all don't know, this is I gotta read, and I gotta read a long time. And sometimes I be slurring my words and stuff, and it's hard. So I do apologize if I say the word wrong or you guys do not understand me. But I also aspire to be a voice actor, so this is gonna help me as well. So, and also looking back at the old videos, they are horrible. Like they're like I think the first couple, I definitely know the first episode I did of this game. I was quiet as fuck. Like you can barely hear me. Like you have to, if you're gonna watch the first episode, I advise you just read it. Just read it, cause you cannot hear me at all. And then the whole sound issues. Well, that's why I kind of glad to go back to this game, cause I feel like I don't know precisely, but I feel like this was my first game to do by myself when I just started this channel when I first started streaming because my first ever video was me playing with the boys and I continued playing with the boys just so I could feel comfortable with streaming. And I do not quote me on this. I can't remember if this is my first ever game to play by myself without my friends. So it was a learning experience. I'm glad that I am up to here. I'm still new to this. I'm still a new streamer. Mm. But we're all here for a long journey. All right, let's get going. Let's get started because I'm talking now. My throat's gonna hurt by the time I just want to say probably 30 minutes in to this game. I tried to do different voices for each character. I may or may not do that. All right, let's go see what's Cove doing. See, look, now we got more options. Let me see, make sure everything's all right. Yeah, we got more options now. See, now we got all these. I'm gonna try to do these two today if I have the energy, because they are long as fuck. But if I do have the energy, I might do one of these. So which one should we do? Should we do charity or should we do drive first? Actually, I thought we already did charity. Hold on. I guess I literally could have sworn we did charity. What if we did charity and it didn't save? I would cry. God damn it. Oh shit, it's more DLCs. Oh wait, that's Baxter's. I could have sworn Guys, I really feel like we already did charity. Another little places summer day was drifting by. Your daydreams were chasing each other, none sticking around long enough to become a firm plan. But you really didn't mind that right now. A tapping worked its way into those dreams, focusing more. You realized it was coming from your window. A grin popped on your face as though it had been waiting all day for this moment. Heading to the window, you could see Cove outside. His habit of climbing this way really was a true Covism. He'd rather scale your house and then wait a couple of extra minutes for you to come to the door. You stood aside to give him space. You held out a hand out to him. You offered Cove a hand to help him. Once he mostly inside, he took it to help steady a little bit of his entrance. Though, considering how many times he'd done this, he hardly needed the help. He did it, guys. Like I said, if y'all haven't seen the beginning of this, he did it so many times. So many times.
Hey.
Hey, Nova. Sup? Welcome home. That's so cute. She said, welcome home. You think my mom should invest in some bigger windows? Cove laughed at that and took one last look at the exclusive entrance. He hung with a teasing look on his face. Like, look how he look. Oh my god. I told you, everybody in this game just look beautiful. They all just look beautiful. Maybe. Cole's voice came out quietly, with a strangely pleased smile on his face. I said strangely. God damn it. Did something happen? Cole opened his mouth to answer, only to have your phone vibrating cut him off. You both turned to where it rested a little further up on your bed. It was still face down, so you couldn't tell who was calling. It's okay. Your attention shot back to Cole. He smiled at you awkwardly.
Don't worry about it.
Go check. It could be important. I'll wait. Thanks. You shuffle forward and scoop the little noise maker into your hand. You flipped it over and checked the caller ID. It's Miranda. Miranda. Miranda, I gave you a nickname, Miranda. Maybe it is. Oh, is there anybody out there whose name is spelled that way that's either called Miranda or Miranda? You should have answered it. I want to say hi too. Uh, Did we get this from him? I remember something revolving a shark. With the nod, you accepted the calls and set it to speaker. Hi, Miranda. Miranda. Miranda, goddamn. Girl, I'm gonna mess up your name the whole time. Oh, okay. So I think this is like one of his friends. There was a point where, like I said, I think it's high school, and Cove became more popular, if I remember correctly. And it was two girlfriends that he had, and I'm like, they better not be like trying to get my man, cause like it was literally two of them. It was, I think it's her, and there was another one. Hi. There was something off about her tone. Cole met your gaze, and you saw the same confusion in his expression.
Have you heard from Terry?
That was a yep. These are um the girls. They are the girls that was his friends that he met in high school. I really can't remember if he was like popular or not. I feel like he was. Huh? No. She hasn't called me. But Cove is with me right now. Hey. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, I'm back. Oh. Hi, Cove. What voice should I give her? I don't know what to give her. Is that what you were going to say? He shook his head no, before realizing that it wasn't a good enough answer. When one person couldn't actually see it.
No.
No. Terry hasn't called me today either. Is something wrong? At that, Miranda couldn't hold herself together any longer. The muffled sobs from the other side of the line were unmistakable. Damn, what voice should I give her? Should I give her a voice? I don't know. You know what? We're going to ponder. This is a question mark for the future. Terry doesn't like me anymore. If she ever did. What? That that doesn't sound right. You're probably her best friend out of all of us. What if Terry likes Miranda and they have conflict and that's what's going on right now? Yeah, why think that? She sniffled, and there was a pause as you could hear her shift the phone to her other hand. Terry was here the other night watching movies with me. We were up super late. She realized her parents probably went to bed, so they couldn't pick her up. My mom and dad were definitely asleep then. Dad works early.
Mm.
I tried telling her it was okay to just spend the night, and she could text her parents what happened. But Terry really didn't want to. You glanced at Cole. He looked equally unassured as you, but where this story is going. I suggested things to make it easier if she was nervous, like she could sleep by herself in my room while I stayed somewhere else. Yeah. And I said we didn't have to sleep at all. We could have kept watching movies until one of our parents woke up. I wouldn't have mind. I know not everyone can do sleepovers, but Terry wouldn't even tell me what was really wrong or what I could do to help. I thought we could tell each other anything. I guess I was wrong. Did she stay in the inn?
No.
No. We got too loud in the kitchen and my dad woke up. He offered to drive her home when he heard what was wrong. She texted me apologizing for my dad having to do what. Sorry, guys. Having to do that when he needed rest, but that was it. She isn't talking to me anymore. You can hear every bit of the tears and heartbreak in Miranda's voice. This continued to be a shocker for your neighbor, but Cove recovered and spoke gently. I'm really sorry.
I mean,
There's no way Terry wanted to make you feel this bad, or that she just done with your friendship because of this. Miranda's sniffing continued. You hope she had plenty of tissues handy. Guys, I hate crying. I hate crying with a passion. Mainly because I get a headache by crying. The crying is the worst. Don't get me wrong, everybody should, cry every once in a while. It's a good relief, but I hate it. That headache, Jesus. And then it's the stuffy nose too. It'll be okay. I hope Terry is alright. It's really weird that she reacted like this. It is, but I don't know if I should say this right now. Conflicted. It's not a big deal, honestly. Hell no. You weren't sure what to say. I hope Terry's alright. Miranda gave only a feeble in response. Your brain struggled to get a grasp on the whole situation. What you mean your screen is black again? I don't know, cause you and your friend, they said the same thing, and I'm wondering if it's an iPhone thing. Hold on, give me 1 second. I want to see something. Yeah, it's literally an iPhone thing. It gotta be an iPhone thing, or it's your phone thing. Cause your friend said the same thing, but they ain't know a hi, hello, how you doing? Okay. No. Miranda's voice sounded a little bit more collected after finishing her story, but you knew that the crying was far from being done. I thought she'd have reached out to one of you by now. Maybe she's not talking to anyone. How am I doing? I ate and I cuddled with my favorite cat in the world because that is the cat. We went and took a sleep, took a little nap. Now I'm streaming. How are you doing? Yeah. Sorry for bothering you and Cove about this. Apology accepted. Don't worry about it.
right.
Right. You can tell us anything. Thank you. After shaking, her voice finally conveyed a little optimism, or at least relief, that she wasn't dealing with it entirely on her own.
Is that all right?
No, I did not cook. I order out. So sleepy. I can't sleep. Well, pop some pills, that good melatonin, or that other pill you got. I had chicken katsu. Oh yeah, I am putting myself on a ban right now from ordering out. I deleted DoorDash from my phone. I feel like that's the only way I can stop myself. So DoorDash is deleted from my phone right now. If you do hear from her or anything, could you let me know if she's alright? We can. Thanks. Let's talk later. Okay? Bye. Bye. That didn't really seem like an especially productive point to end the call, though you also weren't sure where to go from there. Looking to Cole, his face seemed as lost as yours. With no alternative, you hung up and put your phone back on your bed. Cole crossed his arms, and frown creasing his face. He began to pace the length of your room, clearly trying to put the pieces together in his head in a way that made sense. You were worried, you felt pretty confident about this working out well. It sounded like trouble to you. You weren't sure how to react. Mm, I don't know how to react to this. And because I don't know the girl that much. I mean, the character probably know, but I don't know. It was all too sudden and unclear. The empty state of your head before learning this was not helping you now. You couldn't put two thoughts together, and flopping back on your bed, you you stared into space. We should probably try calling Terry. Cole's voice managed to drag you back to some grounding. He stopped pacing, but you still saw a perturbed look on his face. It is really something we should get involved with right now. Cole's mouth pressed into a hard line. At the moment, it seemed like the two of you were on a very different wavelengths as to how to deal with this.
Come on.
I want to talk to Terry. She's my friend too. Fine. Then let's go. I told you, I think they just his friends. I don't think they're our friends. Cove looked away and pulled his phone out. You went over and stood at his side as he was dialing. Cove let it ring, and ring, and ring, and ring. Terry didn't answer. There wasn't even an option to leave a voice message. Your shoulders slumped, and Cove looked even more troubled, if that was possible. He turned to you as if for some lifeline. Could you try calling? I'm gonna send a text, just like, hey, I was trying to reach you. Call me, or something? Yeah. You took your phone once more. Unfortunately, after another set of interminable rings, the line went dead. No answer, no voicemail. Hang it up, you saw Cole visibly deflate. He rubbed his arm, eye distant, openly struggling with the whole affair. I don't like this at all. They're fighting. We barely know anything, and we're supposed to just wait and see? Despite it only being a minute since he texted Terry, Cole checked his phone again. You were desperate for progress, for something, and you frowned as you watched him. Am I getting jealous? Am I about to get jealous? Oh my god, I think I'm getting jealous. Guys, should we go the jealous route? You need to try to relax. You're making me anxious. There's no way Terry hasn't. There's no way Terry has answered you. They're gonna get over it, you know. Oh, tea time. Guys, I'm drinking orange tea with honey and lemon. It's amazing. You need to relax. Poe stared hard at the screen as though he was trying to will a new message to appear. As your words sank in, his gaze slid over towards you. Just a little bit. Come on. You're working yourself up. Closing his eyes, He took a deep breath and released it slowly. It wasn't much, but you could see him ease up slightly. Yeah, you're probably right. Cole was still gripping his phone with both hands as though it might fly away if he let go. He looked to you with an almost painful and ooh, is troubling right now, and it's the
I.
word at this point.
Well,
Should we? What do we even say if we do hear from one of them? His pacing resumed as he attempted to answer his own question, but it was written all over his face that he had no idea how to tackle any of this. He slowly came to another halt, like a girl winding down. We should find out Terry's side of the story. We should just confront Miranda and let up, comfort Miranda and let up with Terry. I don't know, we should only tell them to work it out between themselves. That's it. You wonder why you always had to come up with things. True. Didn't say anything. uh, as much as I want to say this, because this is the truth, he needs to hear this because this man looked like he about to call both of them and be like, tell me now. For a split second, he looked at you in surprise, but it was gone just as quickly. Instead, he glowered at you, then turned away as though the sight of you was offensive to. Ah! I literally just told you, let them handle it. That's their business. Like, you could do the sideline, you could call her, you could call the other girl to see, like, what's going. I mean, well, you can't call the other girl, she ain't answering. Maybe go to her house. I don't know how deep this is for you. But that is their situation. Has the screen changed? Like, what do you mean has the screen changed? Like, yeah, you gotta describe what you mean has the screen changed. Like, is it still a black screen for you? Is something wrong? Do you have a problem with that? You rolled your eye. What kind of we about to heavy hearted? You said nothing about it. Ooh, the reason why I like this game because some of these stuff I would say, and something I gotta think before I say. It still says. Hold on, guys. Okay. I'm back. My bad. Um, I want to say, do you have a problem with that? Because he gave me attitude for this situation that we shouldn't entirely get involved in. You can feel your temper bubbling up. He shouldn't be so ready to butt into things. His jaw clenched. You folded your arms like a barrier in front of you, blocking his disdain.
Fine.
It's fine. Does it sound like it? He'll continue to stare intently at the wall, as though he could just ignore you. But that was only making matters worse. And your teeth started grinding. How did they have an argument and now we have no argument because of them? For several minutes, you both remained there in silence, drowning in your thoughts. Eventually, Cole turned around. I'm going to text Terry that we already know what's going on. Maybe she'll have an easier time talking to us because she won't have to pretend or explain. Yeah, that might be the only way to get her attention. You can't do that. Miranda didn't say it was alright to admit she talked to us. You feel way too overwhelmed to know what to say. I think you pushing in too much. It's not a good idea, Cove. Not at all. Why are you so fixated on this? I'm not overwhelmed. I just don't care. Um, that's the thing. Like, that's your friend. Do you know she gonna get upset if she found out that we know from the other person? I'm not saying that because he already got on my nerves. But I'm not overwhelmed. He's upset. Your voice got caught in your throat as you thoughts were pulled in too many directions. Cole took your silence as a go ahead. It's a sir, do what you want to do. You redid it again. Is it working? You're making me nervous. Cole's fingers worked fiercely, yet carefully. He was giving his full attention to his words. You settled up next to him and looked, trying to watch what he was writing. Cole rapidly typed out, "Hey, no. Nova and I really want to talk to you. Miranda told us what happened. Please reply back." And sent. It was done. We'll just have to see what happens now. Quietly, you felt nervous. I'm not nervous. I wish you weren't so concerned with everyone else's feelings but mine. Damn. It'll definitely be alright, Cole. Things are okay. Yeah, hopefully she gets back to us pretty soon. Why couldn't you have just left it alone? Great. Can we do something else now? You're being dramatic. He's not. I understand him. You know, his friends are fighting and he want to get to the bottom of this. That's it. That's all I understand. That his friends on the play. But yeah, I get it. I get where you come from. His friends are fighting and he just want to help them. But I'll say give it maybe a day or two. Because she's not responding with your calls. Maybe try again tomorrow. It'll definitely be alright, Cove. Things will be okay. You gave your best smile in hopes of cheering him up. He gave a weak smile of his own in return. You're not being mad at me. I hope so. I really do. A small noise escaped his lips. All the frustration at the situation crumbled away from his face, and he spoke softly. Thanks, Nova. I'm glad it's not just me with all this happening. Cole took one last look at his phone and then put it away. His effort at a smile was meager, but earnest.
It's okay.
You can just forget about it for a while. Terry will talk to us when she wants to. I love you said that. You smiled just a little bit. Finally. Imagine said finally. That sounds good to me. I'd like to be alone for a while. Could you leave? Damn, you can actually say that to him. You simply nodded back. We just smiled. Even the slight listening of tension between you and Cove was working wonders on your shaking heart. The last thing any of you needed was more division among your friends. A silent stress on and what felt like hours, but it likely wasn't that long before there was a knock at your bedroom door. Your mom peeked in. Just want to check in on you. Oh, Cove, when did you get in? Yo, and they don't know that he be climbing through our window. When they gonna realize he always climbed through our window? What if they was like all morning, afternoon, they was downstairs in the living room, whatever kitchen, whatever layout this house is, and he never came through the door, and yet he right there. Oh, I forgot which one was more stricter than the other, because it was a strict parent and then a less strict parent. Can't remember. When she saw you were there, she opened the door all the way. Ma was standing there as well. She slipped past her wife to come inside your space. What's going on? We're okay. It just, Miranda called earlier. She and Terry are fighting, but none of us know what's going on with Terry. Your parents exchanged a meaningful look, though its meaning was lost on you.
I'm so sorry.
That's too bad. I'm sorry there's trouble with your friends, sweetie. Is there anything we can do to help? Like I said, they're just gorgeous. Beautiful. Out of the corner of your eye, you saw Cole rub his arm awkwardly, unable to add anything. No, we're just waiting to see if Terry calls or texts, or if Miranda do. Well, we can at least help you take your mind off things while you're waiting.
Yeah.
Another great idea. Lenny, we can get the whole gang together for some quality time. Yes, it'll be wonderful. I'll go see what Liz is up to right now. Excited, she fluttered a few steps away and then stopped. She pivoted on her heels and raised a single finger, flashing a big smile at Cove.
It's no trouble.
And of course, Cliff would be welcome too. Knowing your family was always there for you, that couldn't be underestimated. In fact, it meant everything to you that your mom cared so much. Thanks, Mom. Yeah, thanks. That's nice of you.
You're welcome.
You're both very welcome. Don't sweat it. Not so, kiddos. Leave things to us. Just relax, and we'll call you when it's all together. You nodded, and your mom dispersed for now, springing into action for their impromptu get together. You flopped down on your bed, feeling like you could sink into it and disappear. Cove, meanwhile, took a spot on a chair off to the side. You sighed at the same time, and Cove's mouth pulled into a bent smile at that. He gave his phone another quick check, and his eyebrows furrowed. Still nothing? Yep. This is crap, huh? Yep. Cove chewed the inside of his cheeks, as if to mimic the stress that was clearly eating away at him. Cove, what's wrong? What's really wrong? One disagreement doesn't make you act like this. That got a pointed pause in his movement. Cove was carefully trying to put his thoughts together. He spoke in a fragile voice. Did you call this a happen? When people you care about, when they're unhappy with each other, there's nothing you can do. At least when you're in a fight yourself, you have some responsibility, some control over it all. I wish,
So,
I wish it didn't have to happen, but that isn't possible. So, oh well, I guess. His attempt at giving a nonchalant shrug after that was pitiable. Yes, this made me feel horrible too, true, but you're right that it can't be helped. It's whatever. Other people can deal with that. Whatever. Damn, he stayed silent. That's all I was like. I thought I finished this. Of course, I'm gonna take a break and stuff. And of course, I'm gonna try to do like the other guys. But I do want to go through a little run where I'm just a bitch to go. It's gonna break my heart, but I just want to do like somebody who like don't care or nothing. He is not gonna like me. True, but you're right that it can't be helped.
I know.
He replied like he could barely muster the strength to speak. Well, we just have to focus on the things we can impact, or at least try. You turn to go, hoping your eyes conveyed the message you were feeling better than your words. His gentle nod told you that they did. There was a question you had to ask. Is it because of what happened with your parents? Cove ran a hand through his hair, a strange smile spreading across his lips. For him, this pain struck close to his heart. Just as quickly as it had come, his smile was gone, lost in the mist his faraway gaze, faraway gaze. Yeah, you got it. It's like my parents. Despite knowing him for so many years, Cove had never spoken of the years before he moved to Sunset Bird, before his parents separated, and any details. He whispered his thoughts distinctly, amongst concern with whether you could hear them or not.
That's.
They used to fight all the time. I I think they got along when I was a baby. I mean, they had to have wanted to be with each other at some point. But when I was old enough to remember anything, it was already bad. There was always something wrong, and I could never help. I just wanted them to be happy. You try to imagine your moms breaking up, and the very idea scared you. But Cove had endured it for real. I'm sorry, Nova.
Don't worry about it.
It's okay. Despite that revelation, Cove gazed reassuringly at you. It's not that like that anymore. Things are so different now. I don't even really think about it. Again, the sorrow resorted itself. When he continued, you could barely hear him. Though, I guess it's pretty obvious. I haven't forgotten it either. You tried to smile for him. You crossed the room and took his hand. You went over and placed a hand on his shoulder. You hugged him. You kissed him. I want a hug. You crossed the room, picking up a little bit of speed, and Cole's eyes widened. He shot out of the chair and stood waiting for you with a nonplussed look. When you collided into him, wrapping your arms around his middle and knocking the air out of his lungs. Damn. All misery was gone. Cole squeaked. Oh, he got tears in his eyes. Spicy. Hi, Samaj.
Oh,
Samaj, we just going through life. Trying to breathe air. He returned the gesture longingly. Exhaling, you leaned down and pressed your cheek into the warmth of his neck. The tension stuck in your chest, released like a river flowing into the ocean that was Cove. The firmness of his hug told you Cove didn't plan on letting go anytime soon. You both needed the comfort and closeness for just a little bit longer. When he finally did, he kept holding hold of your hand. The two of you took a seat again, this time side by side on your bed.
I. Well,
Today was a lot, huh? Yeah, it was. You sat there contently. You leaned against him. You caressed his hand. Mm, what to do? What to do? What to do? You caressed his hand. Now holding it with both of yours. Your thumbs lightly brushed his skin as you admired it for a moment, and then you laced your fingers with his again. Cole studied every move you made with a doting look. No matter what happens, we can make it work. His mouth pulled into a bent smile at that. You chuckled.
me too.
Think so too. You couldn't sit still anymore. Cove leaned in, delicately pressing his lips to your forehead, and he raised one free hand to lightly touch your jaw. The rest got caught in your throat. Oh my god. It got caught in my throat too. Oh, he gave you a forehead kiss. When you remembered to breathe, blood rushed to your face, turning your skin a deep red. You tried not to think about how hot you were feeling, because after everything that happened today, you were just grateful for the moment. And for a while, you stayed like that. A comfortable quiet fell between you, and the sun fell with it. The warming calm ended when Cole gasped sharply. You smiled, half expecting to find him nursing an injury, but instead found him staring straight ahead. What?
Oh my god.
I think my phone just vibrated. Well, you better find out if it did. Right. He patted his pocket, fumbling in his panic, and yanked the phone out. The force of that action nearly catapulted the device out of his grip entirely, but he caught it just in time. His eyes honed in on the screen. It's Terry. Thank God. She says she's sorry. He looked back to you, eyes wide as his nerves started to fray once more.
I.
What should I say? I don't know. Give it a second. I need to think. Tell her to call us, ask her what's going on, as if she's talking to Miranda. I'll say just ask her if she's okay. Why is that not an option? Um. Uh. Um. Ask if she's talking to her, even though we're not. No. Ask her what's going on, because I don't want to force her. Okay. He nodded and began typing. Cole was aware that his blunt words could sometimes make others bristle, even though he never meant to hurt them. Cole's phone buzzed nearly as soon as the message was sent. Ah, it's Terry again. She's talking to us. He asked about what Miranda said, but wait. You leaned in, watching the conversation unfold on Cole's screen.
Right.
She's gonna actually call us. Cole held his breath as you waited. His circle of friends had always been small, so he managed to avoid the stress of seeing friends fighting. You suspect he was feeling this even more keenly, both because this was so uncommon and the friend so important to him. His phone rang out. Cole jammed the answer button. He switched the phone into speaker mode, allowing you to participate in the conversation. But despite his immediate reaction, his voice lacked the same result when he spoke. Hey, you're attentive, a white flag fluttering in the wind. Nova is here too. Hey, Terry.
Hey.
See, I told you, everybody look gorgeous in this game. Hey, buddies. Terry's voice was barely recognizable without her usual quick pattern and energy.
Are you okay?
No, no, probably not. Cold tense, his free hand coiling into an extra fit. What happened? Don't you already know? Miranda explained some of it, but it doesn't make sense to us. You heard Terry sigh over the phone as she unburdened herself. Pretty much, I was at Randy's house. We decided to watch some movies. She's super light that I never even seen him before. Turns out there's a lot of those. We watched one, then another, and another. We were having so much fun. Each time one finished, she had another one to share with me. I didn't really think about the time. I only wanted to say yes to Randy and watch her movies. She spoke wistfully, but her words were full of affection. It was Randy, you know? I wasn't thinking about my schedule or what time it was. Totally. Then I finally saw the time, and oh no, it was way too late. I already knew I couldn't stay. She took a deep breath, her voice becoming softer when she resumed talking. I was so stressed out. I just couldn't deal with it. Miranda wanted to help. She kept coming up with ways to make it better and trying to figure out why I was so upset and stuff. I was trying to answer her questions, and there was so many, but I couldn't really answer all of them. I didn't even know why some of her ideas didn't work with me. It made my head ache. I still had the first problem and Randy there trying to help, blasting all these questions and suggestions at me faster than I could even think. She go audibly, sniffing. I got frustrated and told her to just leave me alone. But then she wanted to talk about why I wanted that, and we started having a fight in the kitchen. Woke Randy's dad up. We told him about how I wanted to go home, but my parents couldn't get me. So Eckert, Mr. Eckert offered to do it. Problem solved? No, I mean, yes, kinda, but I accepted it because I definitely couldn't stay there, not after throwing a racket and turning it into a big deal. But I felt awful and embarrassed. Why did I yell at Rennie and hurt her feelings? And I made her dad lose sleep by waking him up and having to drive me home. What do you say after that? I have no idea. I don't know where to start, and I don't want to make it worse by saying the wrong thing and fighting again. So, I'm not talking. Terry, Rennie isn't mad that you didn't want to say or that you fought. She just wants to feel like you can talk to her. As I say, I'm gonna stay. I mean, you can say whatever you want. She'll listen. Not talking to her at all is pretty much the only wrong way to go about it. Terry limited mournfully on the other end of the line. But he had a point. Unless she faced Miranda again, there would be no resolution. You looked at Cove, hunched over the phone, staring pensively into it and searching for a solution. This couldn't be solved with the other key party missing. But what if you brought them in? Your phone was still free. My phone? Why can't 3 wait? You suggest calling up Miranda now. You raw Miranda without saying a word. I got an idea. What if we called Miranda on my phone? Cove and I could make sure your conversation didn't fall off the rails. Cove brightened up, the concern furrowed in his brow, which had taken root when Miranda first called eased.
Well,
That could work, Terry. Are you up for it? She made a noise that wasn't a word, but nonetheless conveyed her hesitation and worry. But she brought it to a close with a decisive exhalation, mm, as if pushing all negative thoughts from her body. All right, I'll do it. Cove nodded. Now that you received approval from everyone, you pulled out your phone and called Miranda. You set it to speaker and waited for her to pick up. Luckily, she did.
Hi.
Hi, Nova. Her voice was still distant, as if her thoughts were elsewhere, but it was loud enough for your needs. Hi, you're on speaker. Cherry's on speaker, too. On Cole's phone. Oh. She paused while she digested the information. Watched the phone screen, hoping that she wouldn't hang up as a result.
Really?
Oh, um, really? Yep, it's really me. Can you hear my voice all the way from your house to theirs? And then mine? I can. Nicole exchanged looks, waiting for the wall between them to break, and wondering who would be the one to do it. As the quiet dragged on, you caught Cove chewing his cheek. He must have weighed up the same question as you, whether to encourage the conversation along or leave Miranda and Terry to resolve it themselves. The answer came in the form of one sniff, followed by another from Cole's phone.
Sorry.
Sorry, Randy. I hope you still like me. What? You were the one acting as if you didn't like me. Her tone was defensive, no doubt as a result of her wounds from last night still being raw.
What?
No way. Everyone likes Randy. You're wonderful. Your eyes met Cole's. His phone was tilted towards you, capturing the call indirectly. You moved your phone closer to his, hoping that the signal was strong enough to convey every nuance of tone. Cole did likewise, bringing his cell right next to yours, even bumping against it as he shifted his grip. I didn't know what to say. That's the only reason I wouldn't talk to you. If I hadn't known the answer, I'd have told you right away. Miranda murmured on the other end of the line. You didn't want to stay. Anything I tried to do bothered you, and you could have told me you didn't know. Yeah, I think I was angry at myself. I did a dumb thing and I didn't want help with it. I want to be mad and just deal with it myself. It did make me keep doing dumb things. Oh. When she spoke again, her voice was quiet, as tender and vulnerable as the words.
I'm sorry.
Staying up late watching stuff was all my fault. I had to find a way to fix it. That's what I thought anyway. But I should have given you space. I'm sorry for being so pushy and sensitive. Hardly. Miranda, Eckert having a flaw? I've never heard of such a crazy thing. Miranda let out a ghost of a giggle. Cole cleared his throat. Uh, maybe we should call each other now. Sorry.
Sure.
Can do. Thanks for giving me the kick in the butt to do this already. Mandy, Mandy, I'm gonna call you right now. Bye, Nova and Cove. She hung up after squeezing in a quick bye, though not giving you or Cove room to respond in time. Miranda laughed, the noise tickling gently like wind chimes in a summer breeze.
You're really nice.
Thank you for listening and helping. I'm going to hang up now, so I can answer Terry's call. Bye. 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 You got this. Miranda hung up, still chuckling softly as your call ended. Okay, I just trying to piece by piece the situation. So, movie night happened. Stayed up late. Oh no, My parents can't get me what to do. What should I do? It's my fault. Her dad goes to work early. I can't focus right now. I had to figure out how to go home. You don't have to go home. You can spend the night, or you could just text your parents, let you know it's late. You lost track of time. No, I can't do that. I had to go right now. Argue and silence. I don't know if it's because it's me, like my friend group and stuff. I don't think we would have made this whole lost track of time situation be a big deal unless either one of the parents said no sleepover, no spending night. Then I could see it being a big deal, which I had happened to me before. But it don't seem like either of their parents like, oh, she can't spend night, you can't spend night. So I don't understand why it was a big deal. But then again, it's not my situation. Guys, my throat already hurt. How long have we been reading this? Oh my god. And that's what I was gonna do too. That's the thing, I do 2 of these. And even knowing the first one, my throat started hurting. But it's good practice. Like I feel like I'm still mumbling, of course. Words are slurring, but if I want to do voice actor things, I gotta push through. I gotta try and say the words clearly. I gotta be more expressive, which I'm trying to do right now. Trying. And that's all we can do is try. So, we're gonna reach this goal. Okay. No, wait, let me get one more sip. Okay. The room felt emptier without the other voices in it. Cole expelled a sigh that crashed through the newly fallen silence. He dropped his arms to his side, letting his head hang down like a puppet at a wrist. Thank God. They shouldn't have involved us in this. That's not a problem. I'm so relieved it's okay. You were simply happy your friends had made up. Also, we are friends. I feel like if I remember correctly, yeah, we're friends, but we just joined in. Like they was already Code's friend and we joined in. If I remember correctly. Oh my god. Okay. The day's event had drained you. You were content now that Code seemed at ease. Yup. Code scratched at his face, his expression cloudy. I think I need to find better ways for dealing with conflict because that was awful. Yeah, you try to ignore me. You got mad at me. We could all probably do better at that. I think you did okay given the circumstances. Yeah, I think that will help. You didn't comment. I didn't comment. Cole meekly smiled as he rubbed at his eyes, weariness creeping over him, and mumbled his next words. We can talk about it another day. Conflict resolution methods?
Huh?
Huh? Oh no. Forget it. Your eyebrows rose and then a light bulb went off in your head. Before Miranda called, didn't you say there was something you'd want to say? Cole's original visit had been thrown so off kilter that it was a struggle to want when your memory back to when he first turned up through our window. Now you did, though. You remembered that he had been perky when he arrived this afternoon, and then it went downhill. Was it good news? Cole brushed his hands against his now folded arms shyly. Well, yeah, maybe. I'm not exactly sure if it counts as news or even good. It just... Is what it is. I'm happy about it, though. Come on, no more hints. You gotta tell me now. Poe chuckled awkwardly, a hand creeping up to ruffle the hair on the back of his head.
I,
It's fine. If you want to hear, I can tell you. He shifted on his feet, as if a different posture might give him the support he needed for the conversation. I didn't want to make it a big deal, but I kind of, well, not kind of. I just know that my sexuality is now. Ah, what is it? Oh, a real subject change, huh? He chuckled. True, it was unexpected, but you were excited that Cove had come to understanding himself more, and glad he wanted to share that with you. That's great. Tell me. Cove drew a breath, straightening up. I, what? I'm not trying to be rude, but what's demisexual? I feel like I heard it, but what is demisexual? So, most of the time, I don't really have those kinds of feelings, physical wants and stuff. It's only in some situations when I'm already really emotionally and romantically connected to someone that I start to ever think about anything sexual, and it's only with them. Okay. I hadn't heard the term until pretty recently. Me neither, till recently. And it just made a lot of sense. Once I knew what it meant, I had a world that felt how I felt.
yeah.
Now, ooh, I almost said panoramic, cause I've never had a preference for a specific gender or anything. So, yeah. I'm so glad you found out. That makes sense. How would y'all feel? I feel like I'll be anxious. Like, you've been with someone that you like for a while now, and you apparently, I did not know this part because I don't remember. Trying to figure out your sexuality, and once you figure it out, you have to tell that person you like. Maybe you're nervous of how they react to what you say. So those of you who's out there who's dealing with this situation, just take a deep breath, and it's your choice, your decision, who you want to let into your circle, into your world, to know who you are, and go from there. And I say let them know, because don't pretend to be somebody that you're not. It's going to cause even more stress. In those certain circumstances, people are not able to, depending on they surround their environment, what's going on. But just know that you guys are welcome here to be freely here on this channel. Cole looked down at the floor. Being so open and direct about a matter that personal, which you were sure he spent a long time trying to figure out, seemed to be kind of weird for him. Despite that, there was a small, proud smile on his face, and when he looked up again, his gaze was steadfast. I might have to look up what it is and do some research about. Was it demisexual? I can't remember the word. I do apologize, but I'm going to look it up further. But the LGBTQ plus community and all different sexualities and stuff is a lot. It's a lot of things that are coming up. Some more like popular and stuff, and some that some people just don't know about. That's really nice to know. Have I ever pushed you or made you feel uncomfortable? So does that mean you're thinking sexual things about me? You felt proud of your boyfriend too. I'm proud of him, but also, did I make you feel uncomfortable though? Like both of them. Bo shook his head easily. No. I overthink things and I get embarrassed about stuff. But you know how I am. When I actually don't want to do something, it's pretty hard to make me. That was definitely true of Cole. He had proven many times over the years that he wasn't afraid to dig in his heels.
Well,
I like what we do together, and so I'd be glad if that didn't stop. Oh, look at his little face. There, Cove went getting bashful about things again, but you felt good, and you could feel that way because he was feeling good too. Okay, thanks for answering. All this talk of co-sexuality made you reflect about your own. Your feelings, your feelings on yours hadn't wavered. Your view have evolved since when you were younger. What was it when I was young? I'm gonna put this just because I don't know. Yeah, physical attractions in general way. You only seem to feel physical attraction in specific cases and situations. You didn't really have a physical interest in other people. You didn't think you could tell if you had an interest in people physically. There was only one person you'd ever had those kinds of feelings for. The first one, you had physical attraction in a general way. You had romantic attraction in a general way. You only seem to feel romantic attraction in specific cases and situations. Wait, can I go back? You didn't think you could tell if you had an interest in people romantically. There was only one person you'd had romantic feelings for. But specifically, when it came to how you felt towards men, you found them attractive, especially your boyfriend. You weren't physically interested, but you were very happy in your romantic relationship with Cove. You generally weren't interested in guys, but there was special exceptions. You found them attractive, especially Cove. And how you felt towards women, loved them. If you guys didn't know, I am bisexual, so we go both ways. You found them attractive. You thought you'd be happy to be with a girl someday. You found them attractive, but you hadn't thought about being with a girl. You weren't physically interested, but you'd be happy to have a romantic relationship with the girl. You weren't interested in girls. You generally weren't interested in girls, but there was special exceptions. You found them attractive. You felt towards what's envies? Okay, guys, give me. I gotta look this up. Or do anybody know what's an envy? What's envies? Okay, I like this game. Y'all bringing stuff to light to me. Oh. Okay. Okay. And if you guys are wondering, it says an informal term for a non-binary person, someone whose gender identity is not exclusively male or female. You found them attractive. You thought you'd be happy to be with some non-binary. Oh, I could have just read it, but you know what? I'm glad I looked it up because I didn't know they also call them NBs. You found them attractive, but you hadn't thought about being with someone binary. You weren't physically interested, but you'd be happy to have romantic relationships with someone non-binary. You weren't interested in somebody binary. You generally weren't interested in someone who's binary, but there were special exceptions. We do special exceptions. You already told Cove your own sexuality in the past. You hadn't told Cove how your feelings had changed. You decided to share that with him now. You didn't want to talk about it. Well, since we're talking about this already, I realized something since we talked about it back then. Yeah, I can definitely listen. I'd like to know if you want me to. You articulated to Cove how you experience attraction and romance. Cove let beats lapse in case you had more to say. You didn't. So he tilted his head with a likewise bent smile.
I get it.
This man is beautiful. I don't know if it made sense to say something like, that is cool, but really, I think that's great for you. He smiled, knowing that he was doing his best to be encouraging. Of course it's cool. Thanks for understanding. Anyway, he merely smiled again. It felt good to know that the two of you could talk so easily about these matters. Joe closed his eyes. A content sigh slipped out of him as he stretched his arms over his head. You felt his tiredness deep in the marrow of your bones. It had been a trying day. Now everything was neatly wrapped up for today, at least, and you had earned a rest. You had some good talks and come out of it not only knowing each other better, but yourself too.
Hey,
Hey, we should probably head downstairs soon. If your moms are still wanting everyone to get together. Yeah, that's right. I was thinking of this whole time. When the sun went down, I'm like, ain't we getting together? With a renewed spring in your step, you led the way out of your room. You got downstairs to find the others already assembled and waiting.
Hi.
I can't believe our big sister looked like this. She would make me want to fight her every time when we was younger. Hey, good to see you both.
Hey!
Hi. Here we were, trying to corral everyone into a group. Everyone into a group, but the two of you were already upstairs the whole time.
Hmm.
Of course we were together. You paid over to stick with me, or did you forget? The statement was meaningless to your family, who looked to each other for answers in vain. Mr. Holden, who got the message loud and clear, seemed embarrassed. Then he paid us like what, $20 to be friends with Cove. That's so fucked up. He chuckled nervously, rubbing the back of his neck. Ouch, son. You always know when to remind me of that one. Uh-huh. I can't let you live it down yet.
Hmm?
Can we hear exactly what this secret is? The suspense is killing me.
Right.
Alright. I better get everyone up to speed. He held up his hand, palm out, specifying his audience, or perhaps holding them up as a shield in advance. That first day I met Nova, I've been worrying about Cole being alone for the summer.
Well,
There weren't a lot of kids around, and he wasn't exactly on the best terms with me at that time. He glanced around at your family, gauging their response. I felt like this was my one shot, so I kind of offered her $20. It was $20 to be friends with Cove, and added that she couldn't tell him about it. Liz gasped. Mawa is staring incredulously at Mr. Holden. My mom's eyebrows had retreated to her hairline. I can't remember which one was mom and which one was mom. I think mom's is the red. You and Cole already knowing this story were the only ones unaffected. But after a while, I really did honestly forget it ever happened. He raised his hand higher, now level with his shoulders. Not a bad idea, you thought. If Mom felt inclined to throw a cushion at him, he probably managed to block it in time. I know that's bad, but I had so many grand ideas over the years. It's hard to keep track of them all. Cole smiled, placing his hand on his hip and shaking his head at his father's antics.
Seriously?
I can't believe you. Though, also, I totally can. Your moms were less indulgent. The shock had embedded away to displeasure. Mom's foot was tapping rapidly as she frowned at the next door neighbor, while Ma had her arms crossed over her chest and her lips pursed. I'm sorry, Nova. And I'm sorry to your parents too. That was way out of bounds. Don't worry about it. That didn't work out. Did I keep it? No, I don't think I kept the $20 thing. I don't think I kept it. I can't remember. I feel like I did. Your mom gave each other that look where they seemed to communicate with each eyes alone. Alright, well, that's that then. And it won't happen again.
Absolutely.
It definitely won't. I don't think. How would it happen again? We're already older.
Alright.
Good. It's a little surprising that they were letting him off the hook. But on the other hand, it was a long time ago now. And you were sure your mom remembered those painful early days of Cole's arrivals too. Mr. Holden wasn't a potential bad influence anymore, so a lecture would be pretty moot. Instead, your ma gave him a lenient smile.
In that case,
Now that is settled, why don't we find something new? That's a agreement cascaded through the group and a couple waves at the suggestion. Mr. Holden's shoulders were slumped with a release of tension. He brought his hands down, tucking them away into his pockets. He felt safe. How about cards? There was a murmur of interest from the others. You can't play, that's what's fine to you. You play along with the others. You didn't really want to play cards. That's fine. Let's go. What are you playing? What kind of cards? Most of the group was eager to play, but Mr. Holden was simmering.
Nah.
I think I'll sit this one out. He just don't want to lose. Where's the fun in that? Join in. We're not too angry with you. Yes, and I know there's a lot of people, but we can make it work. Mr. Holden shrunk into himself, embarrassed by their attention. Dad, you love playing cards. We do it at our house all the time. Cole's right. Remember that time I played over there? We played for real, for cold hard cash. Dad? Mr. Holden broke under the combined force of everyone's attention. Cove and Nova, you're adults now. You deserve to know the truth. I used to throw the card games so you could win. The audacity! How dare you! My biggest pet peeve is somebody letting me win. I'm too competitive, and if you let me win, I can't enjoy winning. I put up a good fight, but I always made sure to lose at a lot more rounds than I won. He toyed with the end of his ponytail, clearly distressed at the second great secret he was revealing today. God damn. I know people want to be taken seriously and fake ones don't mean as much. See, that's exactly how I feel. But I couldn't help myself. It's so much better when everyone else got the chance to be victorious. Kyra knew and went along with it. Cole left in disbelief that this was the thing his dad stressed about hiding after the other stunts he pulled over the years. So what? Lots of parents do that. I hadn't guessed it, sure, though looking back it makes sense. That's right. What's the big deal, Cliff? You can finally take the kids' gloves off and give them a run for their money. Maybe even actual money in your case. Mr. Holden smiled coyly, his gaze lowering. I'm not sure that's a good idea.
Why?
And why not? He waved his hand expansively, the movement fluid and vague. It's just actually, I'm something of a card shark. I used to make lots of fast casual games. Casual players don't have a shot unless it's a game of pure luck. Cold jaw hung open, his wide eyes fixed on his father. Really? There was a touch of amazement, even admiration nestled among the shock. The other member of the super family super. Oh, that's the last name I put. Family exchange looks, ranging from Liz's disbelief to Mom's intrigue, with Mom somewhere in the middle between the two. You can't simply make a claim like that and expect us to go along with it. Let's see you back it up, Shark Man. Oh, look at his face. He looks determined now. Miss Holden gave her a cricket smile, his demureness quickly being replaced with the confidence of someone very skilled and very misguided. He looked like he about to ruin our lives. You sure about that? Definitely. We gotta see this so-called non-casual player in action. Well, I might be able. Though, who knows? Maybe I got rusty. His coyness continued to rile the gang up, and he was getting a kick out of it now.
Please?
Come on, please.
Alright.
Alright. I can dust off the old tricks. Don't go easy on us. Cove being at his father while Mom clapped Mr. Holden on the back. Liz darted off to get a deck of cards while the rest of you settled in the front end for the game. Hands were dealt. Mr. Holden wasted no time proving his word true. Wiping the floor with all of you. You played several rounds, even switching games, but none of it you would match for him. Ow. I'm like, teach me. That was how the alliance came to be forged. The rest of you joined forces against Mr. Holden only, just to try increasing the odds of beating him. With your combined efforts, you played out a few victories. Yet, it was still a challenge. He was clearly a professional. And these were his skills now. Rusty with... he was not rusty. Everybody know he was not rusty. That face he made, he knew he wasn't rusty. You couldn't even imagine what a deadly opponent he had been in the past. Despite that, you still had fun. Working cooperatively actually fostered a sense of camaraderie with the others. Mr. Holden didn't appear fazed by this stretch. He knew y'all was not a threat. Oh, he said y'all is not a threat to me. My question is, was there money involved in this? I hope not. Y'all gonna be broke. He actually wondered whether the increased challenge made it more interesting for him. You spent the rest of the afternoon together. Afternoon? It was the evening. Together with your family and the Holdens. Having fun. It was an interesting event for sure, with many discoveries for everyone. It was freeing and yet simultaneously you felt more tied together than you had been before. Wait, why is this not blue? Oh god. This is how you know I have not played this in a while. I thought the blue meant like you haven't did it. Oh my Lord Jesus, guys. Yeah, guys, the way my throat is going, I think I could do one more. And then also, you have the option to like in the summer, then like move on to like the next stage or whatever. Yeah, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Oh my god, hold up. Do we want to do errands or hang? Matter of fact, let's do a DLC. Um, reflection on late shift. Hey, Don got like a part-time job, I think. Let's do late shift. But I forgot your name, but hello. After lunch, you ran into Baxter. He was more than happy for an impromptu hangout in your neighborhood. Birdie. He idly spoke about the first time he brought a shirt online. Apparently, the website hadn't been in English, so he had made do with automatic online translation. His unique fashion sense was elected in more than one way. Finding out how he filled out his wardrobe answers some of your questions about his look. He smiled in fond remembrance. I measured myself multiple times to make sure I could order the correct size. It wasn't as if I'd be able to ship it back and there were problems. This is why I hate ordering clothes offline. Because I can't try them on until I receive them. I don't know the size. Even if I try to measure myself, it still don't be right sometimes. Like, I love Shein. I be ordering stuff off Shein, and some of the stuff be good, and some of the stuff be like, no, they don't fit. And I hate returning stuff. I just hate it. So the clothes I can't fit, I got them. I still got them, and I'm like, give it to somebody who can fit or donate them. Like even shoes, I hate doing shoes too. But to make a long story short, it arrived in one piece multiple months later. At that point, I wasn't going to complain. It was a physical object in my hand. He gestured with his arm for emphasis. As he did, Baxter glanced at his wrist, and a watch that wasn't there. Anyway, I hope I'm not taking too much of your time with this. You are currently taking it easy for a bit before you had to get ready for work. You had an unusual closing shift at your job today. Well, I would have the time right now. It just, I have to work later. It's kind of weird. I don't usually close today. But, what can you do? Cove's already working. He's a server at this tropical place. It fits him. He's lucky he found such a nice gig in this town. Cove likes having his mornings and early afternoons free, so he always takes the later shifts. So I guess after I get to work, we'll both be at our jobs for pretty much the rest of the day. Baxter nodded understandingly. He was more interested than you had expected him to be. What do you do? I work at the public library, tropical place restaurant. I worked at a mall kiosk to sell phone cases. I'm gonna work at the library. He grins if you just said you had an exciting career as a movie star. Interesting. Oh, and by the way, this is one of the guys that you could have a story with.
Well,
Now that I know where and when you work, does that mean I should avoid visiting the place at that time, or should I conveniently happen to bump into you during your shift? Felt a little awkward at his question. The way he phrased that was weird, but at least he telling us instead of just, alright, just here. At least he was asking before just appearing at your job. I wouldn't mind seeing you there. I'd absolutely love having a distraction during my shift. It doesn't matter to me. You show up if you want. I'm gonna be pretty busy working. Avoid it. He said nothing. It doesn't matter. His decision was completely up to him. You honestly didn't care whether you saw him or not. He tilted his head with excitement in his eyes. Then I might have another stop to make on my outing this evening. Thanks, bastard. I gotta get going. Good luck, Nova. He waved at you, peeled off towards your house. You reached your front door and gave Baxter one final nod before you went inside. How much is y'all rent? Whatever did y'all buy it? 'Cause I ain't gonna lie, this house looks beautiful. You finished preparing early. You prepared on time. You were late and rushed to keep up. You were late but still relaxed. We prepared on time. You changed into your uniform and assessed yourself in the mirror. You were sure your hair was clean, and it did not take long to transform yourself into someone work ready. You ate a quick snack before leaving the house. You were right on time for your commute. I wish y'all could, I wish they would let us see how we looked. You drove to work, you walked to work. We could beep beep. You unlocked the family car and climbed in. After you turned your key, you were off to another day at work. You arrived at the building and went in a leisurely pace. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary that day. Before you fully settled into your shift, you sent a quick text to Cove that you made it to work already. Your phone buzzed with its response before you had finished throwing it in your pocket. Cove sent back a positive, "You can do it" message that made you smile. The first thing you had to deal with was putting away some books that someone had left on a study table. Most of them were about bugs, so you took them to the science section. You wondered what the person had been researching as you looked at the titles. You slid each book back into its place. Maybe it was a science project on insects. So when I was in elementary, I think maybe 4th or 5th grade, we could do a job. Like morning jobs in the school before class. And I know one of them was science, cleaning the science lab or feeding the animals, something like that. And then library and some other stuff. I wanted to get the science one. I love animals. I'm like, oh yeah, I could be the science lab. Yay. They gave me library. Don't get me, I like to read, but doing on the views, it was just me, a couple of my other classmate friends or whatever. And when I tell you, don't get me wrong, we the librarian, she was so nice and stuff. We did not do what we were supposed to do. She kept getting mad at us too. We were supposed to make sure all the books are in order, restock them and stuff. We'll probably do it for 5 seconds. But the library had computers, and after we was done and we still had time, we would pop on the computers. That's all we did. We did it for 5 seconds, and then we got on computer. We were playing Pop Tropica and was Y3 or Y8. If some of you guys remember that on the computer, she would get mad at us because we wasn't really doing our job. But it was fun. I like playing those games. You checked at the last book and smiled. You suddenly had a pretty good idea. With the life cycle of lightning bugs safely put back into place, you went on to your next task. Most of working at the library was like that. You put things away, organize, unpack new arrivals, try to keep the place neat. Sometimes you answer people's questions. You did whatever you were told. You're really happy with your job. You didn't think your job was bad. You were only working there because you couldn't find something better. You could barely stand working here. We could be content. We could be happy. You enjoyed what you did. It made you feel productive, and it paid a great job all around. Girl, what's our benefits looking like? After the time passed, you got really into your work zone. You barely noticed the hours go by. During a slow moment, you heard a distant and familiar voice. Excuse me. You turned your head and saw Baxter sauntering towards you. He really did turn up just to visit. Baxter, I was starting to wonder if you were going to show. Look around. Take it all in. He grinned with the tilt of his head. Is this a good time? Yeah, I'm not too busy right now.
Excellent.
He gave me like he about to put a ripple in me and Cove relationship vibes. You saw his eyes search the place, clearly never having been before. You were both standing in the science fiction, the sci-fi fiction, surrounded by colorful spines with author's name and large white print. Baxter gave them a curious glance. I wonder if I can check something out, despite not being someone who actually lives in this town. I've never been to a local library like this. I've only visited school libraries, and privately owned ones. Really? I'm flattered that seeing me was worth breaking your no public library street. Saying something like that makes you sound really spoiled. You need to start going to local libraries more often. I'm flattered. Of course, it was well worth it. Though, you never answered my question. Am I able to get something to read for the summer, or am I barred from borrowing? You can, as long as you get a library card and return the book before you move back. He looked genuinely excited as he flashed a smile at you. Then there is only one thing to do. Would you mind helping me get it set up? With that, you slid back into customer service mode. He raised an eyebrow at your cheery expression. That won't be a problem at all, sir.
Not bad.
Sir, that works for me. You and Baxter spent a little more time together, chatting about what he should get. Eventually, a decision was made. Then he was off to explore more of the town. You were glad he came by. It was a nice break from real customers, but you had to get back to your usual tasks. You checked the clock set high on the sidewall. With how late it was time for your meal break. See, this is why I hate working night shifts. I hate it. You breathed a sigh of relief and left your station. You found a quiet place to eat that was out of eyesight and most people, and pulled out your phone. You typed out a text to Cole to let him know you were having dinner. You took your first bite of your meal, and Cole replied with an okay. Your phone came to life again as he let you know that he'd already taken his long break, but he still had a short one he could take. With him on break as well, he asked if he could call. You were happy for the chance to talk. You'd been waiting to spend some time with him, wanting to spend some time with him. He was made aware of that and sent back one more text, a thumbs up. Then you got a call. You accepted it as soon as you saw it was Cove.
Hey,
I know it. Hi. The days been going by really quickly. Definitely, I guess you continue listening. I guess. In some ways, the routine of your job seemed to make time go faster. It had become familiar and had eased up from when you first started here. Yo, for me, when I go to work, the beginning is slow as hell. But as soon as I come back from like my lunch break, that's when time wanna fly by. Cole laughed quietly. You should have seen it. When I got to my shift earlier, there was a huge fight going on with the schedule. I just tried to stay out of it. I'm lucky no one else wants to close. It's not something I've got to defend. Some shifts are way too competitive. He shook his head at the memory. You wondered how the shifts had been sorted out in the end. He didn't bother to elaborate further on his workplace drama. I don't know what's going on with you. This isn't normally when you'd be working. It's fine. I made sure to almost always have a good schedule. I was open to a change of pace. I got stuck with a bad deal, but I had no choice. I'm getting through it. It's nothing. I'm getting through it. Yeah, I thought about trying to get out of it. Even mentally scripted a reasonable response. See, look, that's how bad it was. But it has stayed quiet and
Sorry.
sorry. At least we're in the same boat. Yeah. Bastard showed up here earlier. Wow, well, oh no. It's just too bad I missed him. Super busy with my own work, I guess. It's a shame. Yo, wasn't he like... Did he like not like Bastard when he first moved there? His tone was joking, at least mostly. You shook your head and tried to hide your grin. The conversation drifted off as Cove grew quiet. I can't stay on too much longer. It's busy. Imagine he was looking at some kind of clock the same way you had earlier. Cove sighed. The two of you had only started to talk, and yet it was somehow over.
Bye.
Bye. The words was flat. He was down about leaving. There was a second of silence before he pulled himself together. We'll have more time later. Right. Bye. He probably gonna climb through our window. You let him go and finish up your meal on your own. Just as you were clearing up, your phone vibrated. Probably had found time to sneak out a quick text. Just a few more hours until closing. You smiled as you finished your break. It was time to get back to work. Customers continued to trickle in, even though it was getting closer to closing. I hate when that happens. I hate it so much. Before you could jump back into work, you felt your phone buzz in your pocket. It had to be a text message, but there was no way you could check it now. Your phone buzzed again, making your hand twitch. Want to check it. Still, it would have wait. Shaking the distraction off, you quickly fell back into the rhythm of things. There were still plenty of tasks that had to be done. You were filing some papers when you noticed movement out of the corner of your eye. Glancing up, you saw someone stopping at the counter. Excuse me, do you have any tissues back there? Yes, we do. I can grab that in just a sec. Turning back to what you were doing, you sorted at a faster pace. When you were almost done, there was a loud thump on the counter. Someone had ingeniously dumped a stack of books, presumably expecting you to put them away. Well, oh Lord Jesus. You tried to spot the culprit, but there wasn't anyone in sight other than the person from before. They must have not even stopped for a moment to see if you were available to take them. Ultimately, it didn't matter. The books did, and with a frown, you started collecting them all into your arms. When those were out of the way, the quiet sounds of fingers tapping brought your attention back to the person waiting for you off to the side, your face worn. The last few minutes pushed them completely out of your mind. They were in need of paper. Shit, tissues. With tissues or paper? Oh shit! Paper? Paper, guys? Guys, how was it paper or tissues? It was. I feel like it was paper. Somebody help. Paper up. Y'all know. Oh my god, they did this on purpose. No, I got short-term memory. I want to say paper because it made more sense than tissue. Oh my god. Paper. For a moment, you considered grabbing one of the notepads from your desk drawer, but you weren't sure if it would be enough. You went over to the printer instead and plugged out a few sheets. You stopped next to the library patron, waiting for you. And your customer service smile wavered. I'm so sorry about the wait. They glanced from your face down to your hand and frowned. You immediately tensed. Weird. Oh my god, it was tissues! I'm sorry. No, it was tissues. God damn it. Gotta go back. It was tissues. Oh, that's my mistake. I'll go get it right now. Hastily, you retreated into the back room and breathed out a sigh of relief. The box of tissues right there in plain sight. Oh my god, guys. I knew it was one of the two. Oh my. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I should have just asked. The library painter still looked a bit irritated, but their expression softened seeing the box of tissues in your hand. They took what they needed and were out. Thank God. Thank God. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, customer. The tension in your shoulders finally released. You were ready to move on and find anything else to do. Your body was starting to tire out from the busyness of today. Luckily, you had one more short break. You took a seat and finally checked those messages from earlier. There was one from Mom. Would you mind stopping by the grocery store on your way home to pick up some asparagus and peppers for dinner tomorrow? Okay, who likes asparagus? Asparagus is nasty. Can't make it myself. Deadlines are tight right now. Thank you and have a great day. You sighed, you shook your head in frustration. You struggled, you didn't mind the request. You were happy to do it. We just sighed. My request could have been worse. It was still just another thing piled on your plate. Your limb instantaneously felt heavier and lethargic. After taking a couple deep breaths, you sent back a simple response, okay. You weren't expecting her to text back anytime soon, though you did already get thanks for it. There was no reason at this point to not check the other messages you got earlier. A fond smile spread across your face, and your heart fluttered at your chest when you read it. It was from Cove. Just a few more hours to go to closing. You can do it. I can't. I feel like sometimes those hours be the longest thing ever. You knew that Cole was supposed to be busy working too, and yet he still found a moment to sneak in a text. Not a bit of that surprised you. You smiled, shook your head, not planning to answer him. Oh, you messaged back, you're gonna get fired. You messaged back saying. Her responded briefly seconds later. Damn. You chuckled, wondering how his day was going in comparison to yours. Cove, I gave somebody paper instead of tissue. You plan on sneakily sending him messages for the rest of your shift. You decide to leave the conversation there. Then you told him you could talk after your shift. You could do a little sneak around. A second wind of energy washed over you the moment you settled on that thought. It wasn't model employee behavior, but every once in a while, it was good for the soul behavior. There was no doubt in your mind that Cole felt the same, and that he would be your co-conspirator. Yeah. And breaking the rules. He knew how to be a troublemaker. Y'all both do. We both do. Another minute, you stretch your arms high over your head and imagine how nice falling into your bed later was going to be. You sighed. Hopefully your shift will go by in the blink of an eye. You jump back into the rhythm of things. A joyous smile ignited each and every time you got an alert from your phone in your back pocket, until your face started to hurt. Not that you minded. Now there was a moment to steal a glance and send a message back. You took it. Somehow you managed to get through the rest of your shift without getting caught. The last of the customers had finally exited the building. It was time to close. Thank God. When all the doors were locked, you exhaled loudly. The whole place was officially closed. Worn down, you felt relieved. You were pumped that you were done. Your mind was still stuck on that incident that happened earlier. What happened earlier? Oh, the paper. That was okay. You thought, not the words you've seen. I said relieved. Thank God it's open. It was like you could finally reach the light at the end of the tunnel. There were too many moments where you seriously questioned if you would ever reach this moment. While you were shuffling around to in the closed up shop, you had a call come in. It was Cove. You knew that he spent the majority of today working overtime. You hadn't been sure if you would hear from him. You picked up his call immediately. Hey, just finished. You? Yeah. You wiped your brow. You yawned. I survived another day. I have successfully gotten that money. How are you doing? I successfully gotten that money. The words came out as you stretched your free arm over your head. Faintly over the phone, you could hear the unmistakable sound of Cole's chuckle. That brought a fond smile on your face. You were sore and tired, but knowing that there was a paycheck waiting for you made all your troubles worth it. Until bills happen. When bills happen, you just get sad. No, knowing what you're gonna spend your millions on? Not yet. Too bad. Are you heading home now? Actually, I have to run an errand for my mom. Where to? The grocery store. Mom texted me earlier asking if I had to pick up a couple things. Oh, you should come with me. It was late and you knew that Cole wanted to go home. But admittedly, you wanted company. He eased that concern by speaking softly. Sure, yeah, I can shop with you. It's nice of you to do this.
Not really.
I like spending time with you. Thanks. I like that too. Moments later, you had your things together and were ready to swing by the store. You were out the door within minutes. You pulled into one of the many free parking spots at the neighborhood 24-hour grocery store. You waited a Cole when he parked next to you. There was a salty smell in the air as the two of you strolled through the dim parking lot. The local burger joint on the other side of the pavement guaranteed the place always smelled like fries. Your eyes squinted at the change of lighting when you made it inside the building. The automatic door is shut behind you. With you truly having arrived, Cole raised his brow curiously.
So?
So, what are we here for again? Asparagus and peppers. It's for something my mom's making tomorrow. Sounds good. This will be a short trip. Uh-huh. You at least scanned the front room for a basket you could use. A full cart wasn't necessary. You felt responsible having your parents rely on you. You were already looking forward to tomorrow's dinner. It was overwhelming how much you had to take care of. You couldn't stand the thought of making it longer. That was all there was to it. Can't wait for food. I love food. For a picky eater, I love food. Just make sure the ingredients you selected were divine. You spotted the baskets and caught a glimpse of yourself while looking down to pick it up. You know, it feels funny to be in some other store while in a uniform of a different place. Go snicker while siding up beside you.
Right?
Right? It's like we're wearing a costume for Halloween after Halloween is over. But I just hope no one thinks we work here. The uniforms is totally different, but you never know. Yeah, people. Basket in hand, you ambled towards the vegetable section. I know some people don't like vegetables. I like some, but like I said, I'm picky. I can't deal with most. It was a set near the back, but visibly right from the entrance. Go and match your pace, keeping it at your side. Asparagus was simple enough to select. You suddenly picked up a bundle that looked fresh. All that was left was the peppers. There was a wrinkle in that plan. What color do they want? She never said. Dude, what are you going to do? The color definitely matters. Just get the pack that has all three, and maybe get two of those. No, it doesn't matter. We'll have to get one of Erica's. See, told you. She left it out. That means I get to make the call. I don't know. What do you think? I'm gonna test her just in case, cause we're gonna be wasting money. You try to fish out your phone while bouncing the basket. Cove held a hand out to take it. You accepted the help. With both hands free, you were able to type out a brief message to ask about the pepper cooler. Then you started waiting at the screen. Cove hovered nearby to peek over your shoulder. Her planet icon appeared, and you felt Cove lean in even closer. Just a regular glance, because I was about to get all three. Alright, that's easy. And he was right. You picked up the requested green peppers, tossing a few in the baskets. I barely get the red or orange. I know sometimes they don't have the red ones. Or the yellow ones. I only get the green ones. Produce acquired. All that was left was to go through the line. But as you approached the cash register, Cole stopped in his tracks. Oh, while we're here, I want to get something too. I need fruit for breakfast tomorrow. But what should I have? He glanced back unsurely at the section you just left. Whatever it is, you better hurry, cause I'm getting in line. Cove, plan of time for that before we were leaving. I can go back look with you. That caused a small smile from Cove. His tension eased.
Sorry.
Thanks, Nova. I'm sorry. It's fine. We can take a little more time to do this. Cole gratefully led you back to the fruit stand. He let his eyes wander across all the options, seriously considering the decision. Not bothering to rush, you walked up and down the produce aisle for the second time that trip. Finally, something caught his attention. Transparent cases containing fresh blueberries. Cole grinned. That's it. It'll be perfect for tomorrow. Guys, what's your favorite fruits? Whichever one, plural. I don't think I had one. I just like fruits. Despite the suddenness of how it happened, you were genuinely glad Cole was able to get something nice for himself during the visit to the store. It made the trip even more worthwhile. Cole carried his food himself, and the two of you went back to get a spot in line. After that, you completely separated orders for what you were getting. The produce was packed away into paper bags. There was one for you and one for Cole. You both had what you needed in hand. The errand was finished. You walked across the length of the store to reach the doors closest to where you had parked. Yuko stepped back into the night. Cove lightly swung his bag back and forth in his grip as you peered squinting into the dark parking lot. He smiled slightly, a gentle expression on his lips. Thanks for inviting me to the grocery store. You don't have to thank me for that. Thanks for keeping me company. Thank my mom for sending me out to do this. You're welcome. He quietly smiled back. Oh, thank me. I thank my mom though. Your mom is pretty cool. Though maybe not for asking you to do a chore. After a moment of walking further into the parking lot, he sighed mildly. As nice as Cove was about this, he had to be tired of after working a full shift. Wasn't he working overtime too? It's been a long day. Yeah. That very brief exchange really summed it up. Cole shook his head to himself, bemusement replacing his worn down expression. When did a busy day go from having way too many ways we wanted to play or having some extra homework, to having to spend all day at a job and then running errands after. I told you, being an adult sucks. It's horrible. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I can't wait to be an adult. I wake up. No, 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 no. Take it back. Oh my god. Guys, if you guys not an adult yet, just wait. It's so horrible. I don't know. When we became grown ups. I don't know, but it sucks. Hey, and this still better than high. No, because when we became grown ups, this is the true adult experience. Working, buying food, and then squeezing in human interaction while you're doing other productive stuff. Yes, that's why it's hard to make plans with friends sometimes, being an adult, because y'all got other stuff and life to do. Well, I guess kid me did always think older people would spend their lives at their jobs. I was right all along. He laughed. He had to agree. Cole's eyes narrowed as his mouth opened slightly. He was having a
I
thought.
think.
Your mom need this stuff for tomorrow's dinner. Not tonight, right? Uh-huh. And nothing's frozen, so you don't need to get it home urgently or anything. Would you want to go across the parking lot to that fast food place? We could get something. No, it's still open. Doesn't matter how late it is. It might be nice. Food. You perked up at the suggestion. It sounds like fun. It sounds like food. He started speed walking towards it. Cove had to jog after you until he caught up. He chuckled and then raised his bag of groceries. Maybe we should deal with these first. Alright. Let's drop the groceries off, then we go. He agreed and Cove strolled over to the cars, buoyed at the thought of something to look forward to. He placed his bag in the back of his car and then walked over while you finished putting up your groceries. The groceries taken care of. It was a short walk to the burger joint. There were 3 cars lined up in the drive-thru, which wasn't too bad. You had to go all the way around the building to get into the front end. God damn. They popular. But soon you were under another set of bright fluorescent lights. Luckily, there was no line inside the building. Oh. So you just stepped right up to the counter. You glanced over the menu. This place had the common burger fare, nothing that set it apart from similar places. However, people must have liked it considering you've seen it open for years. Hello. Would you like to order? Yes, hello. I would like one of everything on your dessert menu. God damn. Okay, big baller. You burst out laughing. Gave me an already serious look. Hey, you stole my order. Good idea. You kept a straight face. It didn't surprise you. He brushed his hand against the back of his head. His polite smile for the employee bent. It's something my mom does sometimes to be all spontaneous. I'm trying that out too. Somehow, an act of planning spontaneous and was incredibly Cove-like. After the cashier made sure Cove was being serious, it was your time to order. You got... Ooh, look at this. Burger, vegan burger, chicken sandwich, spicy chicken sandwich. Guys, I do not like chicken sandwich. The only chicken sandwich I would like eat is like from Chick-fil-A, and that's it. French fries, onion rings, salad, chicken nuggets, jalapeno poppers, soda, milkshake. Ooh, sundae. Chocolate chip cookie and apple pie. I'm gonna say apple pie mainly because lately I've been craving an apple pie. Oh, I get more stuff. Not mine. Apple pie with some chicken nuggets and some French fries with a soda. And do I want to be a big bag? No, we can't. We'll be fine. That's all. Cole gave you a little thumbs up. He wasn't the only one indulging. You wrapped up the ordering process, paid, got the number 264, then claimed a tow. Please don't make me have to remember that. You sat down across from Cove in a booth where you had to go a good view of the front counter. It was nice to have the pick of the place. Thanks for doing this, Cove. I'm looking forward to this. I'm not worried you're going to finish all that. You didn't start any conversation. Thanks, Cove. Don't worry about it. I want you to do it too. Then you took out your phone to text your moms about your delay home. You didn't want them to worry. How old are we? Still in high school? I feel like are we not in high school? We're not in high school, right? I don't think college. We are young adults. Let's just go with it. Code watch. Oh wait, no, we gotta be adults. Guys, it's late. Code watched you before pulling out his phone as well. Maybe for the same reason you did. When the updates were sent, it was back to being just you and your neighbor once more. He offered you a smile. I miss you, you know, even if you weren't ever really gone. It's been less time than I'm accustomed to. Cole taps his fist on the table defiantly. He paired that action with a childish pout. If someone saw him like that, they might have assumed he was throwing a fit over not getting the toy that he comes with the kids' meal. Feel the same way. I'm really glad we're doing this. We demand more time with each other. You're really cute. You're spoiled. You drop your palms onto the tabletop for added emphasis. Exactly. He beamed at you sincerely, a ray of sunshine in the late night food trip. When the number was called, Cove hopped up from his seat before you could
Don't
react.
worry about it.
I got it, Savior. Ah, thank you, Cove. We about to be eating good. I don't know how he about that. I can't eat all that sweet. Alright, see you. I'm helping to get that. You're not in agreement. I'm helping because it's a lot. Alright, I guess we probably don't have to worry about someone taking our seats. He threw a glance across the empty restaurant with a smirk. You snickered as you both walked over the counter together. There were two trays sitting on the counter. Cole grabbed the one that was mostly his dessert item, leaving space for you to reach the other. Cole picked up the drink and passed them to you. Then he grabbed the tray with food. This way, we don't accidentally spill. Alright. You agreed to Cole's plan and worked together to bring back the food. Once you had everything situated and placed on the table, you returned to your seat. Oh, that looked good. Oh, the sundae! The apple pie! Cole didn't hesitate before digging in. He took a large bite of his cookie and immediately sipped his milkshake. Then he took a spoon and sampled his sundae with an approving hum. He made an attempt to follow that up with a bite of his apple pie as well, but bailed with a distressed look on his face. You tilted your head in a silent question. Hot. He switched back to the milkshake, taking a dedicated slurp. Cole sighed at the cool relief it brought. You also started to taste yours. It really wasn't bad. In only a minute, Cole's cookie was gone. You wouldn't be surprised if the milkshake wasn't far behind. He smiled as he enjoyed himself. You flicked a straw wrapper at Cove. You gently offered to feed him his remaining treats. Do you want me to feed you? You picked up his pie and held it out to him encouragingly. You scooped up some of his ice cream sundae on your finger and held out for him encouragingly. Ooh! He started choking on his milkshake and coughed. He sputtered ungracefully, trying to explain himself.
Sorry.
I'm fine. He shuddered more, showing just how fine he was. When he finally stopped hacking, he took a deep, heavy breath. It's okay. What? You had no idea if he wanted the ice cream or if he was just saying things were okay in general. Your inquisitive look, he blushed and dropped his gaze to the floor. Um, I paused, then he looked back to stare at your finger. The ice cream was starting to melt. A white drop splattered down to the table, but you wanted to give him a chance, so you didn't move. Cole gripped the table's edge and nodded. It's okay. This time you knew what he meant. He was serious. Cole cautiously leaned over, and you felt tingly as he brought his mouth to your finger. He put his lips around your fingertip, and you got goosebumps at the touch. Oh my god, okay, okay. He dragged his lips over the tip until there was nothing left on it. I don't think we should be doing this at a restaurant. Your face had to have risen several degrees. You will probably need something cold of your own after this. When he let go, Cole looked up at you. His own cheek flushed. He had a trembling smile. Oh my god, was that good? He then abruptly smacked his hand on the table and turned his head to the side. I mean, that was good. The Sunday was good. Thank you. You cackled, amazed at Cole's reaction.
Oh my god.
He robotically grabbed his milkshake and started drinking it, eyes anywhere but on you. After a few large gulps, he started to calm down and gave you a shaky grin. It helped settle you. You felt so glad Cove agreed to come along with you the initial grocery trip, and equally happy you accepted his invitation. A little time off your feet, a little something to eat, you felt more energized than before. Your long shift at work that couldn't have been more than an hour or two, and the past seemed like it was a lifetime away now. You continued to chat, mess around, laugh, and enjoy yourselves. For the first time that night, you felt like you weren't totally grown up after all. Oh, that was so cute. We survived. Yes, we made it. And we must put this to a close because the girl throat can't handle much more. Oh my god. Wait, save this. Dang. The last time I played it was back in September. Okay. 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 Yes. We are back. We are back. We are back. Okay. And that, guys, we must put this to an end. My throat can't take much more. I don't know how voice actors in general do this. I mean, of course, they had training, a lot of training, practice, and stuff, but Jesus Christ. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed seeing Cove again, his beautiful face, his awkward personality. We love that too. And it's a done deal. I hope you guys have a good rest of your Sunday. Have a good night, a good day, wherever you are in this world. And remember, you are awesome. And we're going to get through this life together, one step at a time. Bye, guys.